Imagine having so much money that you could buy a different supercar for every day of the year and still have change left over. Well, that's exactly what these guys did. From a comedian who owns a $20 million one-of-a-kind Duesenberg, to a sultan who literally has 7,000 cars collecting dust in warehouses. We're about to dive into the most mind-blowing car collections ever assembled. Buckle up, because we're ranking them from expensive to absolutely insane. But before we dive into these jaw-dropping collections, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Number 10, David Letterman, $15 million. Starting off our list is the gap-toothed king of late-night television himself, David Letterman. Now, you might know Dave for his top 10 lists and throwing things off buildings, but what you probably don't know is that when the cameras stop rolling, this guy transforms into a serious gearhead. Letterman's collection is worth around $15 million, and it's all about quality over quantity. We're talking about some of the most beautiful machines ever built. His crown jewel, a 1983 Ferrari 512 BBI. That'll set you back 300 grand. Only 107 of these bad boys were ever made. And here's the kicker. None were originally exported to America. But somehow, Dave got his hands on one. This beast packs a 5-liter flat 12 engine, cranking out 340 horsepower. It'll rocket from 0 to 60 in 5.4 seconds and top out at 174 miles per hour. The wedge-shaped body designed by Pininfarina is pure automotive art. But that's just the beginning. Dave's also got a 1955 Jaguar X K140 worth $137,000, a 1957 Porsche 356A Speedster valued at $417 grand, and get this, a 1950s Austin Healey 104 convertible that's pure nostalgia on 4 wheels. What makes Letterman's collection special isn't just the money, it's the passion. These aren't garage queens collecting dust. Dave actually drives these machines, and you can tell he genuinely loves every single one of them. Number 9, Ken Lingenfelter, $20 million. Coming in at number 9 is Ken Lingenfelter, and if you're into American muscle, this guy is your hero. Ken's collection is worth around $20 million, and it's housed in what can only be described as automotive heaven. Lingenfelter isn't just a collector. He's the owner of Lingenfelter Performance Engineering, so this guy knows his way around an engine bay. His collection focuses heavily on Corvettes, and we're talking about 70 of them in one room alone. But here's what's cool about Ken. He's not some snobby collector who won't let anyone near his cars. The guy opens his doors for charity events. In 2019, they did 60 events at the collection, raising serious money for causes like the American Cancer Society and breast cancer research. Ken gets several thousand people through his garage on event days, and everyone walks away with their jaws on the floor. His collection spans everything from classic muscle cars to modern supercars. We're talking about Novas, Chevelle, a 454 El Camino, and some of the most sought-after Corvettes ever built. Plus, he's got connections with Ferrari, so you'll find some serious Italian exotica mixed in with all that American muscle. What sets Ken apart is his philosophy. These cars are meant to be enjoyed, not hidden away. He drives them, he shares them, and he uses them to make the world a better place. That's the kind of collector we can all respect. Number 8, Miles Collier, $25 million. At number 8, we've got Miles Collier and his incredible collection at the Revs Institute. This isn't just a car collection, it's a full-blown automotive research facility that happens to house some of the most historically significant vehicles ever built. Collier's collection is worth around $25 million, but here's what makes it special. Every single car tells a story about automotive evolution. We're talking about vehicles that span over 100 years of automotive history, from his oldest car, an 1896 Panhard Levasseur, all the way up to a McLaren F1. The collection includes the legendary Briggs Cunningham cars, machines that dominated American sports car racing. There's a 1954 OSCA that won the 12 Hours of Sebring with Sterling Moss behind the wheel. We're talking about a 1962 E-Type that finished 4th overall at Le Mans. But what really sets this collection apart is the research component. They've got 620,000 photographs, 25,000 books, 10,000 race programs, and 3,000 parts catalogs. This isn't just about owning cool cars. It's about preserving automotive history for future generations. The workshop at Revs Institute is where the magic happens. These guys don't just maintain these cars. They restore them to their exact historical specifications. Before any wrench touches a car, they spend months researching how it was originally built, what it looked like, and what components it actually had. Miles Collier understands that these cars are more than just machines. They're artifacts that tell the story of human innovation and the relentless pursuit of speed. Number 7. Sheikh Hamad bin Hamdan Al Nahyan, Rainbow Sheikh, $50 million. Coming in at number 7 is Sheikh Hamad bin Hamdan Al Nahyan, better known as the Rainbow Sheikh, and his collection is absolutely bonkers. We're talking about $50 million worth of the most unique, over-the-top vehicles you've ever seen. This guy doesn't just collect cars, he collects experiences. His most famous rides are 7 Mercedes S-Classes in the 7 colors of the rainbow. Yeah, you heard that right. He bought 7 identical luxury sedans just so he could have every color of the rainbow. That's the kind of money we're dealing with here. But that's just the warm-up act. The Rainbow Sheikh has built some of the most insane custom vehicles on the planet. We're talking about a globe-shaped caravan that's actually a 9-bedroom, 9-bathroom mobile home. There's a massive caravan that looks like it rolled straight out of Mad Max. It's the largest caravan in the world. Then there's his 4:1 scale Willys Jeep that actually drives. Most people would build a statue. This guy built a functional giant Jeep. And don't even get me started on his 8-wheel drive Nissan Patrol. 8 wheels, people. Because apparently, 4 wheels are for peasants. The crown jewel of his collection is a 50-ton Dodge Power Wagon that's been converted into a fully functional apartment. We're talking about a truck so big, it has its own living room, kitchen, bathroom, and bedrooms. The interior looks like it's straight out of the 90s, complete with pink stairs leading to the 2nd floor. The Rainbow Sheikh proves that when you have unlimited money, the only limit is your imagination. And this guy's imagination is completely off the charts. Number 6. Bernie Ecclestone, $100 million. At number 6, we have Bernie Ecclestone, the former Supremo of Formula One, and his collection is valued at around $100 million. Now, when the guy who basically ran Formula One for decades decides to collect cars, you know, it's going to be something special. Ecclestone's collection has been called the most important racing car collection in the world, and that's not hyperbole. We're talking about cars that didn't just win races, they changed the sport forever. This collection consists of the greatest cars of their type, many of which haven't been seen for decades, and are totally unique. What makes Bernie's collection so valuable isn't just the money, it's the historical significance. These are the cars that wrote the history of motorsport. We're talking about Formula One cars that dominated Grand Prix racing, sports cars that conquered Le Mans, and prototypes that pushed the boundaries of what was possible. The crazy part? Many of these cars have been hidden away for decades. Bernie kept them locked up, away from public view, which only added to their mystique and value. When news broke that his collection might go up for sale, the automotive world went absolutely crazy. Here's what's wild about Bernie's approach. He didn't just collect pretty cars. He collected winners. Every single vehicle in his collection has a story of triumph, innovation, or historical significance. These aren't just cars. They're pieces of motorsport history that shaped the sport we know today. The fact that this collection even exists is a testament to Bernie's understanding of what makes a car truly valuable. It's not just about horsepower or top speed. it's about legacy. Number 5. Ralph Lauren, $150 million. Coming in at number 5 is Ralph Lauren, and his $150 million collection is pure automotive poetry. This isn't just a collection, it's a carefully curated exhibition of the most beautiful and significant cars ever built. Ralph Lauren's taste is absolutely impeccable. We're talking about a McLaren F1LM, one of only 6 ever made to commemorate McLaren's Le Mans victory. The Sultan of Brunei ordered 3 of them, which tells you everything you need to know about how exclusive these cars are. But the crown jewel of Lauren's collection is his Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantic. This car is so rare and so beautiful that it's basically automotive art. Only 4 were ever made, and Ralph's is one of only 2 remaining in original form. We're talking about a car that's worth more than most people's entire net worth. Then there's his Ferrari LaFerrari in black on black. While most LaFerraris are red, Ralph's stands out in that sea of prancing horses with its murdered-out color scheme. Only 499 LaFerraris were ever built, and they were offered on an invite-only basis to select clients. Ralph also owns a 1950 Jaguar XK 120 that he had painted in his own custom shade of green, more olive than traditional racing green. The guy literally created his own color because the existing options weren't good enough for his vision. What sets Ralph Lauren apart is his understanding that these cars are more than machines. They're expressions of design philosophy and human creativity. His collection reads like a greatest hits album of automotive design. Number 4. Jay Leno, $200 million. At number 4, we have the king of late-night television and automotive obsession, Jay Leno. His collection is worth around $200 million, and it's housed in a 122,000 square foot garage in Burbank, California. We're talking about 180 cars and 160 motorcycles of pure automotive insanity. What makes Jay's collection special is its incredible diversity. This guy doesn't discriminate. If it has an engine and wheels, Jay's interested. We're talking about steam cars, turbine cars, supercars, muscle cars, race cars, and even service trucks. The man still owns his first car, a Buick Roadmaster that he still drives occasionally. His most expensive ride? A 1994 McLaren F1 worth $12 million. Jay admits he doesn't have a favorite car in his collection, but he told CNN that if his garage was on fire, the McLaren F1 would be the first one he'd save. That tells you everything you need to know about how special this car is. But here's what's really cool about Jay. He drives everything. These aren't trailer queens sitting under covers. Jay takes his 1934 Duesenberg Walker Coupe, worth $20 million, out for Sunday drives. He's got a 2006 EcoJet that he designed himself with help from General Motors. It's powered by biodiesel and can travel at speeds fast enough to blow out a window. Jay's collection also includes some seriously rare stuff. He's got a 1963 Chrysler turbine car, one of only 9 remaining out of 55 that were built. The idea was to create a car that could run on any flammable fuel, including peanut oil or salad dressing. It didn't work out, but Jay's got one of the few survivors. What sets Jay apart is his genuine enthusiasm. The guy genuinely loves every single car in his collection, and it shows. Number 3. Jerry Seinfeld, $300 million. Coming in at number 3 is Jerry Seinfeld with his legendary Porsche collection worth around $300 million. Now, Jerry doesn't just collect Porsches, he's obsessed with them. We're talking about a man who turned down a $25 million offer for just one car. That car? A 1969 Porsche 917K that was used in the movie Le Mans with Steve McQueen. Only 25 of these were ever made, and Jerry's has more history than most cars could ever dream of. It was raced by legends like Joe Siffert and Richard Atwood, and it's basically automotive royalty. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Jerry's collection includes a Porsche 959 Sport that was too advanced for US roads in the 1980s. The government literally told him he couldn't drive it here. His pristine white example cost him 700 grand back in the day. Today it's worth around 3 million. Then there's his collection of 356 speedsters, including a 1956 356A Speedster and the ultra-rare 356 America Roadster. Only 16 of the America Roadsters were ever built, making it one of the rarest Porsches in existence. Jerry's got a Porsche 550 Spider that he sold for $5.3 million at auction in 2016. Before parting with it, he described the car as the automotive equivalent of a Shakespearean sonnet or a Beethoven symphony. That's the kind of passion we're talking about here. What makes Jerry's collection special is his deep understanding of Porsche's history and engineering philosophy. He doesn't just collect pretty cars, he collects the cars that defined what Porsche became. Every single vehicle tells a story about innovation, racing heritage, and the relentless pursuit of perfection. Number 2. Nick Mason, $400 million. At number 2, we have Nick Mason from Pink Floyd, and his collection is worth around $400 million. But here's what makes Nick different from every other collector on this list. He actually drives these cars like they were meant to be driven. Nick's crown jewel is his Ferrari 250 GTO, reportedly worth over $50 million. He bought it for just 37,000 pounds in 1977 using money from Pink Floyd's The Dark Side of the Moon. People thought he was crazy spending that kind of money on a 60-year-old ex-racing Ferrari. Turns out the man knew exactly what he was doing. Only 39 Ferrari 250 GTOs were ever built, making it basically the Mona Lisa of classic Ferraris. In 2010, Nick reportedly turned down $30 million for his car. 3 years later, another 250 GTO sold for $53 million, officially making it the most expensive Ferrari ever sold. But Nick's collection goes way beyond just the GTO. He's got a McLaren F1 GTR, the race-bred version with only 28 ever made. His is chassis number 10R, which was the very first F1 GTR to be made street legal. This thing dominated endurance racing, including a historic win at the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 1995. Nick also owns a Bugatti Type 35B that ruled the racetracks of the 1920s, racking up over 2,000 victories. He bought it in pieces back in the 70s and painstakingly rebuilt it around an original chassis. By the 1980s, he had it back on the track, tearing up circuits just like it did decades before. Then, there's his Maserati Tipo 61 Birdcage, a featherweight rocket built in 1959. Only 6 were ever made, and Nick's is the last one. The nickname comes from the car's revolutionary frame, a latticework of over 200 tiny steel tubes welded together to create an ultra-light yet incredibly rigid chassis. What really sets Nick apart is his philosophy. Unlike most collectors who let their cars sit under glass, Nick drives everything. His Ferrari F40 has been modified with a custom 3-section louvered rear plexiglass cover to improve rear visibility. Most people would be too scared to touch an F40, let alone make changes to it. Nick's collection represents the ultimate car enthusiast, someone who understands that these machines were built to be driven, not admired from a distance. He treats his cars like they're meant to be treated, and that's what makes his collection truly special. Number 1. Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah of Brunei, $5 billion. And finally, at number 1, we have the undisputed king of car collecting, Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah of Brunei. His collection is worth an estimated $5 billion, and it's so massive that nobody knows exactly how many cars he actually owns. The numbers are absolutely staggering. We're talking about reports ranging from 2,500 cars all the way up to 7,000 vehicles. To put that in perspective, if there really are 7,000 cars in his collection, That's 20 miles of cars lined up bumper to bumper. Here's what's in this collection: 600 Rolls Royces, 550 Ferraris, and over 380 Bentleys. When the Sultan liked a particular car, it wasn't uncommon for him to buy hundreds of the same model, all in the same color. We're talking about a level of excess that's almost impossible to comprehend. The Sultan's collection includes cars that most people have never even heard of. He's got a BMW Nazca M12, a concept car from 1991 that was never sold to the public. The Sultan commissioned one from BMW, and now it's worth between $1.1 and $3 million. There's a Ferrari Mythos, another concept car that the public could never buy. The Sultan owns 2 of them. He's got a Dower 9 62 Le Mans with only 13 ever produced, cranking out 730 horsepower and capable of hitting 251 miles per hour. But here's where the story gets sad. The Sultan and his family ran into financial troubles, and what was once a fully air-conditioned, well-maintained facility is now a humid, employee-free warehouse. These incredible machines are slowly deteriorating. Reports say that at minimum, every car needs new seals and hoses, and some have melting steering wheels. It's been 18 years since these cars were properly maintained, which means billions of dollars worth of automotive history is literally rotting away in warehouses. It's heartbreaking for any car enthusiast to think about. The Sultan's collection represents the ultimate example of what happens when unlimited money meets unlimited passion. But it also serves as a reminder that even the greatest collections need care and attention to survive. So there you have it, the 10 most expensive car collections in the world, ranked from $15 million all the way up to $5 billion. From David Letterman's carefully curated classics to the Sultan of Brunei's mind-boggling warehouse of automotive history, these collections represent the ultimate expression of automotive passion. What's amazing is how different each collector's approach is. You've got Jay Leno, who drives everything, Jerry Seinfeld, who's obsessed with Porsche perfection, Nick Mason, who treats his cars like they were meant to be driven, and Ralph Lauren, who sees cars as rolling art. But here's what they all have in common: a genuine love for automobiles, and an understanding that these machines represent more than just transportation. They're expressions of human creativity, engineering excellence, and the relentless pursuit of speed and beauty. Which collection impressed you the most? Would you rather have Jerry's focused Porsche collection or the Sultan's massive warehouse of everything? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the world's most expensive car collections, make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. We've got more incredible automotive content coming your way, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.